007 First Light is the latest game from IO Interactive that follows a young James Bond as he begins his career at MI6. Throughout the game, it forces you into 3 gameplay styles, and I do mean force. So whenever you're in a crowded environment, you're able to do classic spy work such as eavesdropping and lying to people to further your own mission. And generally, IO Interactive gives you plenty of different routes during these segments to accomplish your goals. For instance, in Mauritania, you need to collect $100,000 to enter a private auction. Obviously, you weren't sent to a shady part of Africa with $100K in your wallet, so you have to source it from the locals. I decided to take part in a fight ring and steal a crypto wallet along with the information to access the funds. This left me with about 120K, so I blew about 15 on a game of 3-card Monty to win a priceless gemstone. I obviously didn't win it, as it was a scam game to begin with. Then you have segments where you're trespassing and don't want to get caught. You still can't use a weapon during these segments because you don't have license to kill mode active. These segments are normally where your gadgets come in handy, or they would if you couldn't get caught at all. But in my experience, I found that if you get caught while trespassing, all you have to do is beat the shit out of the person that caught you, and that's that. You can also bluff most enemies in the game if they spot you. After a bluff, they don't suspect you for about 10 to 15 seconds, in which you can go ahead and beat the shit out of them anyway because they aren't a threat anymore. And finally, you have your license to kill mode, where you finally have access to your weapons. This was easily the best part of the game for me since the gunplay is so buttery fucking smooth, man. As soon as I saw license to kill, sneaking was off the table for me, and I would just go on an absolute rampage killing anyone in my way. And that's just good spy work according to the game. There are some driving segments in the game which are fine, but nothing super impressive. I found them janky for the most part. I do think they could have done more with that concept, however, to give players larger action set pieces throughout the game. For the most part, the driving is kind of slow and boring. I wish we got a little bit more chases and maybe a little bit more shooting outside of the car. That only happened twice during the game. And really that speaks to one of my main complaints with the game. It just doesn't seem like there's too much action throughout. Like, I get that it's a spy game, but even when eavesdropping on conversations and trying to find your leads, it was generally a matter of go here to listen to a conversation, then go there to hit someone with a dart phone to gain access to a new area. And it left the entire experience feeling a little bit too linear for a game where I was supposed to find new leads and trails to accomplish my mission. Now, the story did have some cool moments. I really enjoyed the training montage at the beginning of the game, and there's a specific point in the game where you have license to kill active inside of a museum, and it really felt like a scene out of John Wick, even though it didn't really last that long. And I won't get into spoilers, but it was very nice that the game never tried taking itself too seriously. Like, there were plenty of moments that they just seemed to realize that it was just a silly little spy game. It wasn't anything life or death. But with the overall linearity and general jankiness of the game, I'm going to give 007 First Light a 007 out of 10. I would have just liked to see more player choice and engagement in a game that seems like it wants players to explore and experience what it actually has to offer.